The floating seed sped past through my forehead and out the back, sweeping away my spiderweb of doubts with its wispy filaments. Okay, actually it missed me a little to the left. But backlit by sunset, I was able to successfully surrender my disbelief to this optical illusion because, as I said, it had swept my mind of the cobwebs. I had been drawing these vectors of unrealistic expectations, stretching from random point A's to arbitrary point B's, and become so woven within these boundaries that I had imprisoned the poet and become blind to all the mystical symbolism life was continuously offering me. I'd forgotten how magical life could be until that sunset, because a floating seed had sewn itself into my imagination. And I couldn't help but wonder how much magic I'd missed while carefully editing my experiences to fit the little boxes of my pseudo-scientific sanity. During how many sunsets had floating seeds missed me, a little to the left, with the potential for inspiration? How much magic confined to the foreign limbo of daydreams and back porch sunset ponderings? You see, I can remember every moment when my childhood fantasies failed me. I used to have the innocence to cast inspired intentions after wild hopes, only to see it all fall apart. And that intuitive inner knowing that I could achieve the miraculous became this web of reasons not to try. So I became cocooned within this objectivity until I realized the inherent subjectivity that all of these lines were coming from me. As if reading my mind, every blade of grass turned its attention towards me. Some muttering to each other in amazement. Is he really waking up? Is he really breaking free? That's what grass sounds like. And as the falling sun set the remainder of my cobwebs ablaze, and as that floating seed continued its emancipating journey across the horizon, doubts that were cindering away became a world unfolding anew. Was that thunder or applause? You see, I hadn't actually realized how many flowers made up my audience on a daily basis. And it doesn't matter if it's all in my head, because it's all in my head anyway. So if there remains a logical pseudoscientist left within me, he has realized that experimentally to remain a poet, to live a life that foreshadows no deathbed regrets. Because between the spark of inspiration and my next pseudoscientific conclusion are still the grand strides of that child's daydreaming. And between every random point A and arbitrary point B is still this mystical game of inferring my own meanings. So maybe we never really leave this tapestry of the mind, woven as it is with all our hopes, all our fears, and fatal expectations. But somewhere, on a back porch, a pen dances on a poet's tongue, pondering. And maybe it can tease loose some fraying abstraction from this tangle of pseudoscientific calculations and set free the mystery of life, like a floating seed at sunset. Thank you.